Hello and welcome to this overview of the newest features available in the Luxriot Evo version 1.32. So let me go through the release notes for you. So this version contains some important updates. First of all, it is an update of the neural network engines which we are using for the embedded analytics Luxriot Evo Basic. So we have added two new object detection models. One is optimized for performance and one is optimized for maximum accuracy on more powerful machines and utilizing the GPU. So let me show you what that means. So in Evo console, as always, you will find the embedded analytics under the channel settings, under video analytics tab. After updating, if you had video analytics enabled, you will see that the previously selected object detector will be marked as legacy. The software recommending you to pick a newer option. So we would go for performance mode. Each of the modes, additionally to being optimized for either accuracy or performance, it also has an internal fine-tuning. So you can set it for even more accuracy. Basically, a larger picture will be used for analysis, or for maximum accuracy will be this side, and minimum accuracy would be on the left, maximizing performance. So in this case, let me go a little bit below default. Default would be 8, just in the middle. And right here also you will have an option to choose where to run the analytics. So previously we had an option to run the embedded analytics either on CPU or on NVIDIA utilizing the CUDA technology. In this case, with the newer yellow models, we will go for supporting both Intel and AMD CPUs, and also supporting NVIDIA's, Intel's, and AMD's GPUs as well. According to your hardware setup, you will see those options pop up here. Okay, so let me update the setting here. In addition to updating the models, we have also updated the object tracker, which doesn't really have any effect on the user interface, but it has improved internal operation. What has effect on the user interface? There will be a new option in the zones and rules configurator, and will be present by default, and it is called region of interest. So it is ROI, but not the kind of ROI you would expect. And so this basically acts as a zoom in for the detector. For example, if you have a large frame with a lot of irrelevant stuff happening, then you can change the region of interest, and in that case that would act as a zoom into the picture for the object detector engines, letting them focus on what is happening in that area. So in this sense, this is a little bit different from the detection zones, which we used to have earlier as well. So I already have some pre-configured setup here. So regarding the zones and detection rules, nothing has changed so far. So let me get back from here. So this is regarding the UI changes. So what changed performance-wise? The newer models are much more effective So let me give you an example. So a reasonable calculation, say if we take a mainstream Intel i7 14th generation, say 14700 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and on CPU only, if we take substreams, of course, say VGA like resolution 10 fps with the default analytic settings, that would be middle accuracy, and the detection interval set to 500, that would make 2 fps actually going to the detectors. So on the above mentioned machine we could run 24 streams in the performance mode, that would be yellow tiny, and 4 streams in the normal detector mode. If we add on top of that, if we add 16 more gigabytes, making it 32 gigabytes of RAM total, and install an NVIDIA 5070 Ti, then we could run 60 streams on the performance model and 40 streams on the quality model. That's as an example, and the calculator is coming soon for these models as well. Next thing we have is a small but really pleasant refurbishment for console's UI. You have probably already noticed this on my screen. So we have an update for the left-hand side menu with main components. So the logic remains the same. We have 4 main sections. They have collapsed to the icons here, and if you unclick all of them, then you will have one big list with everything. And there is also a new thing called favorites, or whatever you may call it, that allows pinning items to like favorite, like a pinned list. So I use the pin on the top right corner here, and it gets pinned to my list. So basically there may be so we already see that among testers there are different approaches in using the new menu. So some people just use the whole menu each time running search. So basically not using the sections, but using the whole menu with search. And another approach would be to create a favorites menu and work with those favorites menu all the time, and then using the search occasionally, just when you have to find some component which is only rarely used. And also a life hack, now you can also you can rearrange those items here in the list by holding the Alt key on your keypad and then dragging. Let me place maps among channels, and so dragging the components in the list while holding your Alt button. So it could be either left Alt or right Alt on your keyboard. There is no difference. So next important thing we have, we've got an update for iPro's ActiveGuard, now supporting version 2.1, and this is both for the server and for the embedded plugin. So I'm sorry I don't have a demo installation right now. So but normally the ActiveGuard plugin, the version update I'm talking about, it appears in the monitor application as a dedicated tab somewhere here to the left of the video walls, data sources, etc. Let me get back to console, because one more update is we have added a new generic RTSP driver. So if you now type RTSP, so now we have both the new one and the deprecated one. So the old one has not been removed yet, but we encourage everyone using generic RTSP to use this driver for newer installations. Okay, so the old ones are not automatically converted because we would lose the settings, but so basically in the user interface, what changes to panels, so what changes in the user interface is that we used to have this legacy window, legacy dialog with the RTSP port settings, which wasn't at all straightforward. So instead, the new driver will have everything in the typical Evo style. So the RTSP streams will be in a separate tab, and the RTSP port will be in the RTSP configuration tab, which is already should be already known for you from other camera drivers. And this one is a typical one, already existing in other camera drivers. So if we take, for example, an on-web driver of some sort, perhaps, and you will have the same tab in here. So it is the same thing. And probably the most exciting thing about this release is that we have officially released a beta version for our web client. It is available similarly to the main client on the same port. If you just type /beta, you get to the new client. So here everything is sort of in the beta mode, not so nice. In the start page you will have an option to change the language. So let me go with English and then log in to see what's inside. We've repeated more or less of the old web client functionality, but also added some new things. So you double click to place a channel onto the viewport, and then we also have user buttons, which the old client didn't have, and then the viewports and the viewport controls are similar to the thick Windows client controls. We have stream properties in the left, in the bottom left corner, and then we have buttons, action buttons in the bottom right corner, and we have channel refresh, or we have PTZ for PTZ enabled cameras, and PTZ, focus, and zoom are all available. And then we have stream control, of course. So we have the main stream, secondary stream. So I'm switching between high bitrate stream and VGA here. So PTZ here also includes PTZ presets. Then also similarly to the main client, we have aspect ratio control, and we have an option to save a snapshot that is automatically saved via browser downloads. Then we also have playback in the closed beta, which was available in the previous Evo major release. the playback was per channel. So here we also did a combined timeline for. So we also have a combined timeline for multiple channels. I won't be abusing my internet connection in here to load and to play back everything at once. So but basically you get the idea. So we have a similar user experience to the main software client. Here also with the stream control and with aspect ratio and with basic timeline navigation at this point. Jump back, jump forth, go to a specific time, save a snapshot, and add a bookmark. So we've managed to squeeze in the adding bookmarks, and the bookmark presentation on the timeline is coming later. So in addition to live and playback tabs, there is also something that's not present in the monitor application because web client is probably more intended for a quick overview of the system. So we have added the camera status tab. This is basically what is shown in the monitoring tab of console, but more condensed, more like relevant. So that's about the beta version of the new web client. So we are actively collecting feedback, and we welcome you to send the feedback about, well, of course, about all features, but especially about the new web client, so that we could improve it for the next major version and iterate with more features. Let's jump back to our release notes, and now we're going to improvements. And there is a bunch of internal improvements which I won't be able to illustrate. That especially concerns the OnViv driver. So like every Evo version contains some improvements for OnViv. That's a rule, and so that's pretty much internal. Then we've also made some camera specific updates like MileSide and Live Pro, also related to analytics and OnViv operation. Then let me go from the start. So we've added command mapping for PTZ tours. That means where we have command mapping, we now have PTZ an option to define the keyboard commands for PTZ tours, for example. Okay, this is already bound, but I can use a different one. So this is it. Then also related to PTZ controls, we've allowed separate control of auto and manual of focus and iris. So in case the device supports that, then we also allow it from the user interface from the PTZ control. And then we have improved fast forward and fast backward, of course, as well, for the playback at ultra high speeds for high resolution streams. So then for crosslinks, we have allowed file upload. And let me remind you where those settings are. So for crosslinks, for each individual one, you already had an option to allow file download. So this is, and file upload, another security setting. It is controlled from the console side. And then next thing we have had a few improvements for how we receive and store and search for VCA metadata. So we've had an improvement for result filtering. I'll show you that in a moment. And then we now properly save and allow searching for VCA attributes, which are received through HTTP API. Then also for some of these services like external analytics, if they send us the VCA description via HTTP API, then we are able to store the information and search by that information in the playback tab. And also we have improved the search in those text fields in the VCA search in our playback, but also, well, mostly VCA search and playback, but also in data sources and in the alarms panel to allow for and/or search. I'll show you how that works in a moment. So if we take say I had this one running our brand new analytics engine. So let me jump to playback and open the VCA tab. So what we have here, we have search. Let me just remind you. So we have search for objects, and then we also have search for counters, VCA counters. I've got the people counting set up here, and each search, especially if it is for quite a long interval, it takes some time. So you can see that it took some time to populate all the results. They're still coming through. And in order not to rerun the search each time you need to refine the results, instead you can use the filter field right here. So for example, I'd like to filter, come on, still coming through, and then I'm able to search for specific values or value ranges just by filtering without any additional thing. Now let's jump to this and/or search, the text search. So for all the fields we have here, it is now possible to search with the and/or logic, combining or two or more keywords in a certain way. Especially that is helpful for big text fields, like for example when we get those attributes from the camera, colors, and when we get long lengthy descriptions from third-party AI services working as external service with us. And if there is like a lot of text here, it would make sense to include more than one word or phrase in the search. So how does it work? Let me show you with the example of my event rules here. So with the rule names I have, for example, I know I have cars or people, and it finds with both. So either one or another. I don't have any more, but you can add more keywords here, separated by space, and that would mean an or type search. If I search for car and people by putting a plus mark, so with or without spaces in between, so that would give me nothing in my search, because obviously I don't have any rules that include both words. But if I have two different words, for example, door and left, and this one does work, so the words are not the words may be in different places in the text, in the piece of text. And so I can add people to this, still resulting in the same. So that would make sense to search if you have like a real, like a whole paragraph of the AI description got from the external analytics. And third option is a Google search, like exact search. And so for example, like this, and it's gonna have the same results. And so that is, and again, this works for VCA search. This does not work for bookmarks because bookmarks are different. And this works for data sources. So data sources are our point of sale, but not limited to that. So any text we receive from third-party systems. And that also works for alarms in alarms here. And then next thing, which was awaited for, so we have adjusted the logic we introduced in the previous version. We have adjusted the, come on, where is it? The channel pop-up logic. So we have turned off the excessive alerts if it's impossible to pop up an object on the screen if the user has disabled the pop-up. So this works like that. So normally, if I have something blocking the view and I'd like to pop up another thing and it doesn't work, from the so what else? We have updated the Risco integration with the new statuses. We have also updated our database import, so import from the database. So some of the newest features were not included by default. And I'm talking about configuration import from the database. So when you pre-configure something for later use, so that is now supported. Another important thing, which is crucial for some regulations, we have decreased the video loss timeout to 2 seconds. It used to be 5. And let me show you where that is. Let's channels. If I go to the channel, if I go to the channel configuration and scroll to the very bottom of the details tab, there's the video loss time. So it used to be as low as 5, and now the minimum is 2 seconds. So it would make sense to set it to less, but 2 seconds is what we have now. But of course, as always, use this with caution, because if the network is prone to is likely to have some interruptions, then the customer will get a lot of false positives. So default value here is 15 seconds, right? So what else? We've updated the localizations, and As always, added a bunch of new cameras, a whole big list for iPro, some other models as well. So the provision with a bunch of analytics, updated the Mobiletics LPR model with Vaxter LPR, updated access integration, and added the corner view. So this is like a half fisheye. We've integrated natively Zcam or Zcam, or whichever you prefer, and we've also added support for TOA speakers, which also was quite an interesting integration. And if you fix us, so this is normally on a need to know basis. Fixed a few things as always, and looking forward to developing other exciting features and fixing the bugs we have already produced. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.